This tutorial will show you how to query a database for molecules. We bring up the database package. We open the database if we have one. In this case, there's a default database that comes with HyperChem. This Hyper3 database, which has one table in it, the default table. We open that. This database has something like 10 or 11,000 molecules in it of various kinds, and we can flip through this database and see that, well, we look at the structures here. There's a whole mess of structures of various kinds in this database, and rather than trying to go through it manually, obviously we should look for what we want. So supposing we do a query, we query the database. We could just do an SQL statement, but let's do build a query this way, or the following way. We're going to do both a substructure search and an SQL query here. So let's see what we can do. The database contains the molecule and its name and molecular weight and the number of carbons and so on and so forth. Let's look for molecules that are named star asset star. That is, they have the ACET in the name somewhere. And let's look for do a substructure search in addition to this. And so we'll look for carbons that have a double bond to an oxygen, and a carbon that is got a double bond to nitrogen, to both those. We can extend these lists here. Instead of using and, we can choose and so on and so forth. But this is molecules with this kind of a name that have carbon connected with a double bond to an oxygen and to a nitrogen. So we're just asked to do the search. This shouldn't take terribly long, and it comes back and says that there are 8 molecules that match the search criterion. And yes, we want to see the results. Here are the 8 molecules. This is one of them. Any of the molecules that we want, we can put into HyperChem just by saying put in file, and we have the molecule in HyperChem then. Alternatively, we can do various things with this database. We can certainly save the query, which we probably would like to do generally, and we can save the query as a whole new database or as a table within the current database. In this case, we'll create a new table, and we'll call this asset as a new table inside the current database. Anyway, that's how to do a query. You get these molecules back depending upon your criterion for the search. Again, put them into HyperChem for molecular modeling depending on what you find. There are ways that we'll show you it in other tutorials to do calculations on the whole set of molecules from this query, but in this particular instance we're just going to transfer one into HyperChem and go from there. So that's how to search the database for a molecule or a set of molecules.